Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, welcome back. This pick a card reading will be random messages. So from left to right you have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So pile 1, the card you chose is Honey, number 18. It says the sweetness of your swells and the grace of your pool, oh so beautifully lethal. And this card signifies sweetness. It talks about how your soul is able to attract more positivity than it does anger and negativity. So choose to celebrate the good in your life. So you have the Four Swords and the Ace of Wands. You could be waiting for something to finally take off in your life. This could be a new beginning for you, or you could be waiting for some type of spark to ignite so you're able to move towards something passionately. I feel like if you have been feeling blocked from being able to do the things that you love, you're about to step into the energy of being able to finally embrace some type of change or some type of excitement. This could also be like a new creative endeavor that you're pursuing. But there's some type of idea that comes to you while you're in this solitude. And I feel like it's going to spark a lot of change in your life. But I feel like it's going to start with your day-to-day routine. You're going to be motivated to get up and start your day rather than sitting in bed for hours, scrolling on your phone, and kind of like letting time pass you by. Instead, you'll be a little bit more active, especially with doing the things that you love. Some of you could have experienced some type of ending or separation, and this could have you in this energy feeling as though, when will it be your turn to finally be able to have fun and not have to deal with things falling apart in your life? But there's something here that you need to focus on. Instead of using this time to be in this Three of Swords energy, use this time to create. Use that energy to put something out there, put something positive out there, and watch how quickly things start to turn around. You could also benefit from doing simple things like going out for a walk, going to the park, going to the beach, something very simple. It seems like there's a lot of opportunities in simple environments for you. You could meet someone who may have experienced a heartbreak as well. You may spark up a conversation. You could meet a new friend. You could meet a new business partner. You could meet someone who a shoulder to lean on, especially if some of you have experienced this before. And you could be noticing a pattern in your life. It's time to change things up so that you don't continue to do the same things over and over again. But I definitely feel like you need to know that things will change for you. Things will start to get better, and whatever you have been dealing with will clear out. Because there's an opportunity here for you to be able to really indulge in your happiness. I feel like a lot of you aren't able to see it for obvious reasons. You're dealing with a lot, so that part of you could be blocked off. But there is a path that's clearing up for you. You have the Eight of Cups here, the Page of Cups, and you have the Knight of Cups here. It feels like in your energy, all isn't lost. So you may have felt like a situation has completely taken something away from you, but something here needed to be released anyways. Or this person needed to be released, whatever this is. You could have recently lost a job, and although that is very devastating, there's something better for you, something that you're going to be able to really invest your time and energy into and see actual growth and change. This could also be teaching you to not put all your eggs in one basket, but I feel like there's an opportunity here for you to be able to create multiple sources of something and not just one main source that you solely depend on. So you could have a new energy and an old energy that wants to come around to you. Like I said before, you could be meeting someone and you two may become friends, but some of you could also have somebody from your past that could have caused this Three of Swords that wants to come back around. This may be a pattern that you're used to dealing with, so it's very important for you to work on healing yourself and taking the next step forward so that you don't fall back into the same routine with this energy, with this past person. Because I feel like even with this apology, it's not really what you need to hear. This is someone who's coming in with the bare minimum, and you don't deserve that, nor do you need it. So you had the Two of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Yeah, I feel like you moving on is going to allow you to grow and change your entire circumstances. So maybe you were dealing with a lot financially, physically, emotionally, just all throughout your life. You could have been feeling like something just wasn't as successful as it should have been. And I feel like that's going to allow you to focus on what you really need to be taken care of. You go from the Four of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. You end up in this Emperor position as well. So you're able to overcome whatever the situation was to you. But just know that you're going to have people trying to come back around to you. And that could just simply be another test, especially when you know that this person may be a distraction or they've already shown you their true colors by causing this Three of Swords in the first place. I feel like you realize from this situation that if it doesn't work out and you already gave it your all, then it needs to end. There's no need to resurrect it. There's no need to come back around to it. There's no need to be friends. There's no need to be cordial. You have to release it completely, because clearly this is someone who will do damage and cause you to be in a stagnant energy when you could be doing so much more. You can offer so much more to this world by simply following your heart. Ace of Wands with the Magician. You're able to manifest and create so much. A lot of you have the Midas touch, so you need to make sure that you are implementing that within your day-to-day life. I feel like very quickly you're able to jump into this Emperor energy and this King of Pentacles energy. And you're going to realize very quickly, once you start to cut things off and you realize that a lot of people and a lot of situations aren't worth being in your energy, being around you, being in your presence, it's going to allow you to focus on what actually matters to you, what actually brings you joy and happiness, what motivates you. So you have a very beautiful and positive outcome here, despite what you have endured. So be mindful of people trying to come back around and leech onto you because you were able to change and you were able to put in the work to better yourself. Just ask yourself, do these people deserve to be around me while I'm at my best, when they weren't there when I was at my worst, or when they are the ones who caused me to be at my worst? So there's a lot that you're learning here, and I do feel like you'll be able to overcome whatever obstacle you have in your way. So continue to move forward, and very soon you'll be celebrating a lot of your accomplishments and your achievements. So that's your reading, Pile 1. If it resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my community tab. And until then, I'll talk to you soon. So Pile 2, the card you chose is Banshee. Number 5, heed my warning, dear child, for what I hold is far from unsung lullabies. Swallow a nail and you can expect bleeding from within. So this card talks about bad omens and warnings. So Banshee's cry means death, but this is more of a symbolic meaning. So you could be facing some type of ending in your life. It's something that won't be easy, and you'll still have to mourn the loss. So you have the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. So you may have to take charge of a situation. You have to take the lead of whatever this is. Something here is not going to be able to work without you being in charge. You could be watching people trying to dictate something, but they're simply not doing it correctly. A lot of you need to speak up about something. This could be within a workplace, or this could be within your personal life. But I feel like your voice needs to be heard, because something here is not going to last as long as it could if you were in charge of it. You have the King of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. So it feels like there's an opportunity here for you to take matters into your own hands and be able to salvage some type of situation. And I feel like if you continue to allow other people to be in charge of this or be a part of this, you're going to simply feel like you missed out, like you could have said something or you could have done something. It's kind of like knowing the answer or knowing the solution to a problem, but you keep it to yourself, so you end up altering so many lives after you, because you simply walked away and you didn't speak your truth, or you didn't offer any type of help or advice. Some of you, this could just be in your personal life. You could have a lot of people who are trying to tell you what to do and how to live your life and how to do things a certain way when you already are doing it the way that's best for you. You simply allowing them to take that control is going to mess up your situation. It's going to throw things off for you. But it definitely feels like you need to speak up. You need to say something. because I feel like this situation benefits you as well, or it will alter your life as well. Even if you feel like it's not directly connected to you, it'll still alter something in your situation. So if this is a work environment, if you don't speak up about how things are being handled, then you could possibly lose your job or lose a certain position by simply just watching and not speaking up. So you have the Hierophant here, the Temperance, and the Five of Swords. I feel like a lot of you are extremely intelligent. You have a lot of knowledge, and you can see things from a broad perspective. You're able to see multiple sides to any situation. So I definitely feel like these are people that could use your words or your knowledge. You may be a part of a certain department at your job, and you may see your coworkers messing something up and they're not taking something seriously, and although you know the answers and you know the correct way to do something, you will still get the blame as well. You'll still be at fault because you weren't speaking up or you weren't doing something to actually contribute to changing a situation. And even if you feel like you don't have that control or that authority, you simply putting your foot down would be enough. At least you said something, or at least you tried, rather than sitting and watching something fall apart. Some of you, this could also be something that's coming up, some type of challenge or some type of competition. This could be you needing to work really hard so that you can sustain a position or so that you can get promoted. So there's definitely a lot of eyes on you, on how you handle a certain situation. Will you speak up or will you stay silent? Will you try to find a solution or will you allow the problem to become worse? You have the Seven of Wands here, the Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. This could also be how you respond. So will you be immature about your response, or will you be mature? Will you be an adult about how you handle a situation? Because you could have somebody here who's trying to provoke you, or they're trying to get a reaction out of you. So if you lash out, then you may have to deal with the consequences of that. But if you stay composed and be able to articulate yourself, it'll be a completely different outcome. It does feel like there's somebody here that's trying to be in competition with you. They're trying to fight for a spot that's rightfully yours. So just continue to be yourself, continue to work like you always do, continue to carry yourself like you always do. So I feel like somebody here wants you to get out of character so they can take something that is already owed to you. And it's very unfortunate because it feels like you simply mind your business, you're doing your job, and you're just, staying to yourself. But unfortunately, you have people that are insecure like that, and they feel like they have to be in competition with someone, or they have to beat someone in order to feel good about themselves. But you continue to remain true to who you are, you'll be fine. Some of you, this could even be a family member. You may hear from them very soon. They could want to talk to you about something, or they're trying to bring up something in your life. If you have been really working hard and you changed something about yourself, or you've been working on building something for yourself, it seems like somebody wants to be a part of that, or they want to be in your business. This person could just be naturally very nosy. But don't feel obligated to tell this person every single thing that you're doing, because if it was the other way around, they wouldn't tell you. They would keep their boundaries up, they would keep their secrets, and they would simply leave it at that. So you may need to put up some strict boundaries with someone around you as well. And some of you, this could be a boss asking you questions that's not even a part of the work environment. They could be wanting to know, when you're off, what are you going to do? Or when you're on vacation, where you're going? Like, this person just wants to find a way to get you to come back to work early, or get you to spend your day off at work. So just be mindful of people trying to be in your business and people trying to sabotage something that you've worked so hard to build for yourself. It seems like right now a lot of people are in a very savage type of energy, very selfish. And there's people here that are trying to grab or grasp onto something, and they feel like they have to fight other people off, even the people that aren't even worried about them. So make sure you take care of what's in front of you, and make sure that you continue to do the right thing so you can secure what is rightfully yours, because you will have some people trying to provoke you. So that's your reading part 2. If it resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my community tab. And until then, I'll talk to you soon. Pile 3, the card you chose is Bonfire. Number 2, it says, it is through remembering that you will wake the ritual of your existence and be reborn in mighty celebration. So this card talks about remembrance. It is a reminder to seek growth, fertility, and abundance. This card is here to remind you to remember that the dark days will be followed by light and all will be well again. So you have the Three of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So it seems like you may be dealing with a lot right now, and you may be able to find some type of healing by simply speaking to someone about your situation. Someone who can offer you some very great advice or give you some type of hope. Some of you, this could be you listening to your favorite songs or watching your favorite shows. I feel like the best thing you could do right now is take some time away to kind of unwind and get yourself back on track, and then go back out there and realize that it's okay to take some time away. It's okay to heal. Just try not to remain stagnant in that energy and express how you feel, whether you want to write it down or talk to a friend. But there's so many ways that you can find closure and healing through your situation. Just try not to be so hard on yourself. You have the Tower here and the Judgment. You could have definitely dealt with something very devastating. I feel like you only see something from one perspective, and once you reach out to someone or once you kind of look into a situation, you'll see it completely different. So if you lost your job and maybe you're very upset about that, you could have found out that the company closed down. You could have found out that the people that were still working there after you left didn't receive their last check and are having to go through a whole court case and court battle to get their money. If you broke up with someone, you could be finding out that this person wasn't able to fully move on from you, and they're still thinking about you, they're still talking about you, they're still trying to figure out where you're at and what you're doing. This person may accidentally like a picture of yours, or they may even check your profile not knowing that, you know, you can see who checks your profile. It's something here where you're going to get closure for a situation. It doesn't have to be on an extreme level like the job example, but it'll be something that will allow you to move forward and realize that something ended in your life for a bigger reason. And although it may have been hurtful and painful for you, you're going to see the bigger picture, that it was something that happened so that you can avoid a bigger loss. It was something bad that happened, but it could have been worse. But you got out just in time. You may have got burned a little bit, you may have had some cuts and bruises, but you still are fully intact, while the others can't really say the same. So I feel like very soon you'll be appreciative that something ended, even though it was pretty painful. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the King of Cups. It feels like things are about to look up for you. You may end up working at a new job. This could be something that allows you to be free. You're not as supervised. You don't feel as burdened. This could be a job that allows you to be creative and it allows you to be independent, and you have employers there that really trust you. You could also be relocating, traveling somewhere. You could be traveling overseas, or you could be simply going for a walk, going for a swim, doing something that allows you to be out in nature. And I feel like you start to appreciate things more. You start to see the beauty in life again. You may have some messages in pile 1, but I feel like whatever you lost, whatever you felt like you failed at, you didn't. It was simply something for you to remove yourself from so that you can see more, so that you can become more, so that you can do more. But it feels like wherever you're headed is going to make you feel like you serve a higher purpose. It's going to make you feel useful, like you're able to get a lot of things done without having to feel so drained. You're going to feel appreciated in this new environment. So you have the Sun, the Fool, and the Two of Cups. Yeah, it's like your life completely changes. Like something did fall apart and it was very devastating, but the outcome is very blissful. You could also be getting into a new relationship with someone who truly cares about you, somebody you can really grow with, someone who shares the same values as you. It seems like things are about to start to make more sense than it was before, because this situation, this job, this environment, this relationship, it's aligned with you. Unlike the situation you were in before, it could have been very dysfunctional and a lot of work for you to try to maintain. And I feel like once you get into this new position and you gain this new perspective on life, you're going to see how many people wish they would have stood by your side, especially if you're thinking about a specific person. This is someone who's going to be watching you flourish, and they can do nothing but applaud you for being able to move on from the energy that they put you in. So that's your reading, pile 3. If it resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my community tab. And until then, I'll talk to you soon.